welcome to the Cosmic Dreaming Lodge. I'm Deborah Epstein. I'm your host of Life is Art. And I am so excited to share this little process with you that is going to help you imagine and dream yourself as the goddess that you are and embody it through an art process. So we dream and imagine all sorts of things that are magical, and we always kind of get caught in the how am I going to have this happen? In order to embody something, we do need to take an action. And so art is a great place to begin taking action, because once we can dream it and we can bring it through our body and create something, it begins an embodiment process. We start to feel what it feels like. So just like dressing up in something that makes you feel special, embodying your goddess self in an art process can do just the same thing, because we're just setting your mind in a reality. We're creating something in reality that is reflective of who you really are, your nature, part of your nature. We are who we say we are anyway. And so why not have some fun with it? Why not tap into our beautiful goddess self and express that out in the world? So if you want to dress for the occasion, go grab something that makes you feel very special, a piece of jewelry, some makeup, get your nails done, find a special dress, and we're going to do this process. So, but first, I'm going to guide us into an embodied meditation, and then we're going to go to my art table where we will do the process. We're going to be working with a transfer process. So one of the things that you're going to need is an image of yourself printed out on an inkjet printer to an 8.5 by 11 size. Make sure it's black and white, and make sure the contrast is really high, that you have lights and darks. This is going to be best for transferring. And I can't wait to show you this. This is really fun. And you can take that idea and do all kinds of stuff on all kinds of surfaces. It's just such a great process. And then what we're going to do is we're going to take our art supplies. So whatever you like to work with, if you like to work with colored pencils, if you like to work with crayon, if you like to work with liquid acrylics or heavy bodied acrylics, we're going to be working on a watercolor surface. That's what we're going to be transferring our image onto. And then once it's dried, then we're going to just start bringing our image up into the goddess that we are. And let this be a power piece for you. So put it in a place like, at your altar, or put it in your bathroom mirror, on your bathroom mirror. So when you look at yourself, you see that image of yourself as a goddess. And this will also help you embody that. What would it be like to walk through your day, maybe not dressed like a goddess, but tapped into the energy of the goddess that you are, and you just started acting from that? What would that be like? What would come to you as a result? What interactions would you have? What would you attract to you? What situations, what experiences? What do you want to attract to you? So in my background here, I have my friend, the Blue Djinn. He is one of the guides of the Cosmic Dreaming Lodge, and he is a genie, and he is the perfect guide for us as we start to drop into our imaginations and begin the process of becoming the goddess. So let's close our eyes and allow yourself to drop into your own body, your own space, bringing all of your energy into now, feeling the surface that you're on. If you're laying down, and feel how your body is connecting with the surface under you. If you're sitting, feel your pelvis and how your pelvis is connecting. And then allow that surface to hold you. So relax into it even more, just dropping in. And begin to notice your breathing without changing it, just noticing it and bringing your awareness to the fact that you're taking in this beautiful air energy. And as you breathe in, it's activating life force energy within you, feeling alive and feeling activated, every cell beginning to buzz and hum as your body's relaxing. Feeling the energy of all your systems working in partnership, in collaboration for health and vitality for you. Taking a big breath in and feeling how that comes into your body with gentle ease, and then releasing the breath. Taking another big breath in, feeling that breath coming in, the expansion of your body, holding it slightly at the top and gently letting it go. And focusing now your attention on your crown. Seeing that crown chakra opening, and allow yourself to play with that. You know, when you hear the word crown, what do you visualize? What do you imagine? And just play with that and let yourself see and feel that crown as a chakra, as a wheel of light opening like a portal, and also a decorative implement on your head. Receiving the light from above, see the quality of this light, this sparkly diamond rainbow light coming through your crown and in to your brain and activating your third eye. Feeling that pineal gland opening as you're bringing this energy down into your throat chakra, activating this expression center, opening, seeing this light going through, feel it going through front and back and all around, and spiraling down and into your heart, and opening up your beautiful heart chakra, feeling your passion, your desire, and dropping down into your will center, allowing that to open up, stepping in to the power, matching your will with your heart, with your vision, with your crown, coming down to your creative center, opening that up and seeing this divine ability to birth your creations into the world, and down to your root and opening that root, connecting with the earth and seeing that power to vision with love and power your creation, making it real in the earth. All of your energy centers are focused on helping you do that, to bring in the divine through you, to match it with your heart, your passion, your will, coming into alignment with your creativity, your expression, and then your ability to birth it into this world and ground it in this reality. Taking a big breath into this power that you have as a creator, and this choice of bringing in divine light, goddess energy. And so as we are stepping in and feeling ourselves charged up in our power, begin to drop into the dreaming and visioning of yourself as a goddess. What goddess is showing up for you? Just trust the first word that pops in. And I'm not going to share mine because I don't want to put that out there for you. I want yours to come in organically. Begin to vision her. What is she wearing? Start to see it as if she's standing right in front of you, facing you. What colors are her gowns? Is she wearing a gown? Is she wearing a robe? Noticing and feeling her. What feeling do you have as she's approaching you? Let yourself feel whatever's coming up, stepping into your power on an even greater level now. and inviting her in to work with you, letting her show you, guide you, and reveal to you the goddess that you are. She's holding up a mirror to you, and you are now beginning to see your own face, your hair, the light around you. Noticing what is on your head. What are you wearing for clothes? What does it feel like? Begin to embody the attitude of yourself as goddess. What colors are surrounding you? Taking a big breath in, holding this vision in your mind's eye, coming into your mind's eye. Releasing the breath. Taking another big breath in. And on the exhale, start to bring that vision down into your heart. If you need to put your hand on your heart to help you, do that. Releasing the breath, dropping into your heart with this vision. Breathing in and out through your heart. Begin to imagine and feel, feeling the clothes that you're wearing, goddess clothes. Feeling your hair, feeling the crown of your head. Are you wearing a crown, a headdress? Visualize your own face glowing, beautiful, smiling. Feeling your whole body holding this power. Feeling this power running through all systems. Every cell in your body is receiving this information of you as goddess. And taking one final big breath in, retaining the breath in your heart, crystallizing this image within you, and gently releasing and opening your eyes and shaking out your hands. And get ready to create. Go get what you need. So a printed image of yourself, that's 8.5 by 11, black and white, highly contrasted. Get some watercolor paper, get some matte medium, some brushes, some water, a spray bottle, and some paper towels. And I will meet you at the art table. Okay, so here we are. Here is the piece that I made prior. So it's a piece that I did in a class that was a few months ago. So we're going to take this idea and make a transfer image onto some watercolor paper, and then we're going to bring that goddess through. And so since we're in the magic of Halloween and pretending, I think it's awesome that we're going to start embodying our power and how we see ourselves in our highest and best selves. So what we're going to do is you're going to take your image. What I recommend is that when you print your image, make it black and white, up the contrast, use an inkjet printer. If you have a glossier surface, this is just a plain finish. The surface, the glossier surface, the ink will sit more on the top and float versus this kind of gets infused a little bit, but it still works great. So don't stress and don't feel like you have to run out and get a special kind of paper. So great. I think it's a lot better. So what we're going to do is you're going to take your matte medium. You're going to pour a little out. Make sure you have a spray bottle of water a clean container of water, a big brush, and then I have a really soft brush. It's a flat paintbrush. And it's just super, super soft, and this allows for a nice smooth application of the matte medium. So here's a picture of what the matte medium looks like. It's by Golden. And so what we're going to do is pour a little bit in here. And then we're going to get some of this spread on to the page. So I'm using the Fabriano Studio Watercolor. You can see it here. If you can't read it, it's 140-pound weight. So it's a little thicker. And it's really great. It's a smooth finish, so it holds all kinds of water media, watercolor, whatever you want to do with it. A very mixed media thing. And I encourage you to get your creativity flowing in this. How do you want to decorate yourself? So start thinking about that. And this is just step one. And so I laid a really heavy coat on the brush in there. And I'm also going to sink this little paint cup in there. Now I'm going to take my brush and I'm just going to smooth it out. Just to kind of get rid of any clumps or any very big brush marks. And there we go. And that goes in the water too. And then we're going to take this image, you're going to flip it. And just drop it on there. Start in the center. And you're just going to burnish with your finger from the center out. That way you don't get any lumps. No lumps. And we're just going to let that sit for a minute. It does not take long at all to transfer. And if you're in a environment that has a little more humidity, give it a little extra time. I'm in Arizona. We're very dry here. So it doesn't take very long for this to set up. So literally seconds. I'm going to just test that out. And so I'm going to peel this away while it's still wet. And sometimes what will happen is if it dries a little too fast, is you're going to get some of the paper that sticks to it. But this I got in it right away. So it's a little uneven, and that is totally okay. You can see my image, and you can see by the finished piece I have here, we're going to do a lot of painting on it. Okay, and so I'm gonna let that dry for a little bit, and then we'll come back and work it with some cool stuff. Okay, great. So our image is nice and dry, and so we're going to begin making this goddess happen here. So I'm going to start with some paints and brushes over here, and just get a little tray here, and I'm looking and seeing what I want to do here. Is I'm going to start bringing a color up, and so I imagined this real sparkly yellow. So I'm going to start adding in this nice yellow color. So I'm using a primary yellow, and I'm going to add a little white to it. It's open. So here we go. Sometimes these get a little stuck at the top. So with the white, titanium white. So I'm using liquid acrylics with some watercolor brushes, and so I'm going to add that in. I also have some really nice gloss medium. It's an iridescent medium. So this will actually kind of add a little shine. I'm going to add this in too. So I don't know if that'll come through on camera, but it's very, very pearly. Let's see. Yes, can you see it's like a very pearly color. So it's it doesn't really affect the color too much. So what I'm going to do is mix that in there, and the yellow with the white, kind of lighten up that yellow a little bit, and mix it in with the sparkles. And actually, I'm going to make this a little bit lighter. And so I'm just going to start adding some sparkles and yellow to the hair here. And so right now it's starting to look like I'm giving myself a little highlight here. Oops, there we go. And I'm going to be going back and forth with water soluble pencil and paint. I have a feeling I like to mix it up here. So I'm just going to start by tracing the eye. And kind of really stylizing the eye here. And here's the eyelid. And so you can also do this. There's a little something weird here, but that's okay because I'm just going to take the shape of the brow and the eye and start creating something interesting. And so I'm going to add eyelid here. There we go. And there's what color lipstick do I want to wear? I'm going to try this red. Remember, you can always paint over. Actually, this set is really cool. Reddish purple that I'm going to use. And so I'm just going to draw the lips. And this is where you get to have fun with it, right? You get to really make a big smile. Let's see where the smile lines are already here. And the bottom lip. And I'm going to get a darker blue. I like to avoid using black. That's just my thing. I like color too much. And so I'm using, you can see a darker purple. And just drawing out the eyes. And you can make them a little bit bigger. So notice I'm making the eye bigger. And there's the iris of the eye. And making that kind of like a Disney character. And there we go. I'm going to add, there's this shape just keeps coming through. And I think I kind of did that in my other practice piece too. So it's kind of interesting. That's really there for me. And let's see, there is something right in here that I want to bring out. And what goddess were you working with? Isis showed up for me. And so I think I keep seeing this piece on the third eye. And feathery shapes wanting to come through. And so I am going to be activating this pencil. That's why I love working with water soluble, because I can draw and then I can paint it. So that's really what I love doing. I'm going to go back to the hair. Again, it's wet and add some more weight to this. I think and some and I'm tending to work really fast. But take your time and work at your own pace. And I'm just going to bring in some of this color. It's nice, beautiful yellow light. And that's a layer. Yeah, it's like that actually helps me kind of drop into what I visioned before too. So, we're on the right on that and how you want to have this come out. So I'm going to switch back to actually kind of use some matte medium. So when you want your watercolor pencil to be a little bit more permanent, use some matte medium in your water, and that will kind of make it a little bit more permanent when it dries. When you go back into, what I want. When you go back into paint over it, it doesn't activate in the water again. So what I do is just take a little bit of that and a little bit of water. And now we're going to just activate that. And as I said earlier, things in Arizona tend to dry faster. So they have a tendency to work really fast so the paints don't dry on me. And trust what comes up for you too. Like as I'm doing this, I'm seeing it's a little, what's coming through is kind of like a bird woman. And, just trust and let go, trust and let go and allow the process to unfold. Remember, you can always paint over. You can always do this again if you don't quite like how it's coming out. But what I encourage you to do is keep going anyway, because sometimes we need to work through certain things that we don't like and not just give up. When that happens, as a coach, I always say, like, where else are you doing that in your life? Where else, when it starts to get a little, get a little emotional, or seeming to get a little difficult, or, a little hard or a little difficult, where else do you stop yourself? Or when things are going really good, things are going really easy, you tend to stop yourself, when things are starting to work for you. So you want to just start noticing how you are here, and where you do one thing, you do everything. It's kind of one of those little truths in life that, this is like a great place to see your patterns. You're working on a painting there, bringing in some white for the eye. It's a good way to learn how to paint eyes, and you can add a little highlight in there. Oh, yeah, good. So let's get some more of the look at size. Okay. And get these feathers going. What's cool about working with water solubles here too is that they are, you can keep going back in and drawing and painting over them and painting with them. They work really well with acrylics. It's really why I love using them so much. I just love to draw. And okay, so I'm going to add a little pink in the cheek here. Have some pink. That's pretty fluorescent. To use, or see a nice kind of bluish red mixed with white. And so I'll put some white in here, kind of rushing a little bit. Make sure just a tiny bit of red and white there, making some really nice pink. And I'd like it just a little bit lighter. And I'm going to add a little bit of yellow to that, just to make it a little more fleshy. There we go, a little more peachy. There we go. And that looks nice and fleshy. And adding a little bit more white to it. Yeah, that looks really good. And let's see if we can start activating this color on the lips. That bottom lip catches the light, and the chin catches a little light, and you just kind of highlight these areas. So I'm just going to start to change the shape of the nose with this fleshy color, and adding some of that fleshy color in here. There we go. We're changing the shape of the eye. Kind of cool. And so what we want to do is really think about like the power here. And let's see, put some more yellow whip on here. And you can be really playful too. You can also add in flowers if you want to print out some daisies or roses, and you can do the same process on here. It doesn't matter how much paint you have on the surface. You can definitely keep adding. So I'm going to go back in and refine with this pencil. And adding more shape, more color. This is kind of looking like a cool little mask. And just keep going with what wants to come out. You can use like that, decoupage too. You can add images from magazines. Like just the possibilities here are just so endless. They're only limited by your own imagination. And so, yeah, there we go. And so now it's starting to look a little bit more like wearing a mask. Adding a little shadow in there. Not very powerful. Right. So add just some pure white in here, right in the center. Not sure what wants to go here yet, but I'm going to keep bringing it up. And I'm going to actually begin to draw in here. So I'm seeing this little shape in here. Kind of bring out, play with that a little bit. And look at that, it's turning into some circles. Let your mind go. Let your imagination go and dream. Let one shape fall into another shape. Let your power come through. Keep bringing this up and refining it. And yeah, let yourself watch this first if you want, and then keep and do it on your own, and do it as many times as you like till you're happy with it. Use a lot of color, so I tend to do that. How do you feel more comfortable working with the power of this? And so I'm going to start bringing in some clothing, and then maybe a necklace. Maybe there's that. Here. See, so the neck is here, and then the shoulders would be here. So adding some shoulders in. And let's see. There. Trying to keep it in perspective. What go nicely here. And I'm thinking A very lovely necklace here. And I'm gonna wet this up a little bit. Bigger brush and cover a little bit more territory here. Up in here. Here. Get your own. Okay, so I'm gonna actually let that dry a little bit, and then we'll come back and finish that up. some darkness out right there. Just put some squiggles in. That gives a little definition. See that there. Wow, and she's looking pretty cool. Pretty cool indeed. So just a little bit more elements of darkness in here. Bring that back a little bit. Playing with dark and light. Just one more thing I think I want to do. Maybe it could go for hours and hours and hours. Actually, put a little bit of white in there. And up some yellows there. Okay. And so just wrapping up, if you want to put a protective coat on it, wait for this paint to dry. And you can get some matte medium, some gloss medium. You can even get this shiny, what is it called? Let's see, this iridescent medium, which is really pretty cool to use. You can mix it right in with the paint, or you can just use it as a glaze over the top. And it really adds a nice sheen to it that you may not be able to see on the camera, but you can certainly see it in real life, in person. And so, yeah, I just encourage you to play and to try out some different things, let me just add a little bit more depth here. Okay. All right. Well, here she is. I'm going to hold it up like that. So hold it up to the light so you can see her. And yeah, allow this to be a medicine piece for you. Allow this part of you to start coming out and for you to start embodying this magical aspect of yourself. Have a beautiful rest of your day. Enjoy the summit. And thanks for joining me. Bye for now.